How's it going, everybody? It's JDM Drifter, and for this week's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Airfix QuickBuild Bugatti Yeyron 16.4. This is my first ever QuickBuild kit from Airfix. I've never gotten any model kits or QuickBuild products from Airfix ever before. I thought this would be the perfect thing to build and review for my channel. The only buildable Lego style products I've ever done before was the Kobe sets I've reviewed a couple months ago. Hopefully this is another good quality, well-made product just like the Kobe sets were. I got this set at Hobby Lobby in their model car section for $20. Airfix has been making these quick build kits since about 2013. I've been wanting to build something from them for a long time, but it's kind of expensive for what you get here in these sets. These kits do not come with that many parts and are not supposed to take that long to build. Even ordering the Kobe sets from Poland, I think had more parts in this and were a little bit cheaper, but it's very hard to find any licensed Bugatti products, especially like a 1/25th scale Bugatti Veyron in a two-tone color. So it's always cool to get a hold of an actual licensed Bugatti product. I have built the normal LEGO Speed Champions Bugatti Chiron, which I'll also show later in this video, and I've even built the LEGO Technic Bugatti Chiron, so this set definitely will not have that much to it compared to them. But this should be a little bit bigger scaled and more detailed looking than what the LEGO Speed Champions looks like. So I will be doing a speed build of the full building process of this car just like I've done before, and I'll also be giving an up-close look at the details of the car as well as comparing it to my LEGO Bugatti Chiron. So before we open this up and do the speed build, let's go ahead and take a look at the box. As I said earlier in the video, these are in the model kit section at Hobby Lobby. They've had these cars for years as well as a few other different types of cars I'll talk about later in the video. From what I've seen, the only places that carry these anymore is Hobby Lobby and some toy stores. I remember Toys R Us used to carry these before they went out of business, as well as Walmart for a while was getting some of these sets, but I remember they had to end up clearancing them all since they didn't sell many. Most people will probably still go with a Lego set over this, even if it doesn't look as realistic. As it says down here, this kit is for ages 5 and up and requires no glue or paint. This is a part of their Quick Build series, and this is the Bugatti Yeyron 16.4. Here on the top of the box, you can see the side picture of the Bugatti, as well as it has this little cardboard cutout here on the box. You could hang these on the pegs. Here on the bottom of the box, you can see the foil Bugatti sticker to prove that this is a licensed product. And these Airfix kits are actually an official product from Hornby Hobbies. Hornby Hobbies is the owner of Airfix, and they are also located in the UK. Here on the back of the box gives a lot of information about the car. This kind of reminds me how the Kobe sets were, giving all the information on the back of the box. And it says down here that these are actually designed and made in the UK. I do like to get more premium block sets like this since Legos now are mainly made in China. That's one of the main reasons why I like the Kobe sets as well, since they were made in Poland, and it's pretty cool to see that these are being made in the UK. And since this is from the UK, everything's in kilograms or kilometers, but here are some of the specs about the Bugatti Veyron. So you can see down here, it says that this car is a quad turbocharged 8-liter W16. The Bugatti Veyron and the Bugatti Chiron are 16-cylinder cars. That's why these are some of the fastest hypercars in production. And it says here that this car goes 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 2.5 seconds. Top speed of 407 kilometers per hour, weighs 1,888 kilograms, and this car only seats 2 people. And just like the Kobe sets did, it shows the length, width, and height of the car all in meters. Okay, so now let's go ahead and open this up and see what you get in the box. So here's everything that comes inside of the box. One thing I did notice about this set is that these boxes do not have any tape holding them down. These tabs could just be easily pried open, parts could be stolen, but luckily everything was inside the box here. And unlike most other brands of sets, all the parts here are included just in one bag. The only things separate are the windows so they don't get scratched. And with this being $20 and being made in the UK, you still don't get any printed parts. You have to apply all these stickers. And that's the same thing with Lego with most of their Speed Champions cars and expensive sets. You still have to apply stickers for them, even at that expensive price. That's one thing that I liked about my Kobe sets, is that all of them had only printed parts. There were no stickers included with any of the sets that I had got. And here's the instruction manual that you get included in the box. It shows on here some quick build model airplanes, jets, and helicopters, as well as this McLaren P1 quick build set that's definitely a really good looking car. And for the instructions, these are in color, but they have a giant fold-out instruction manual. This isn't just like a normal Lego or Kobe instruction booklet, but it is good these instructions are at least in color. As well as on the back here, it does show where to apply the stickers on the car once you've built it. And even in the corner here, it does actually say the number of pieces. It did not say the number of pieces on the box. The set does only have 34 pieces. That is way less than what any typical Lego Speed Champions or Kobe Youngtimer car would have. So hopefully at this price point, this set does turn out to be a really good looking model. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut these bags open here and we'll test the compatibility and look at some of the cool parts that these come with. Okay, so here are all the parts opened up and sorted. There wasn't many parts or different colors here to sort, but I also switched over to my other tripod so we can get a better look at the speed build. So there's definitely a lot of unique parts here. Some are similar to Lego, but only a few of them. One of the first pieces that I wanted to check out here is the racing seats that are included with this car. So you can see it has 4 studs here like it would be good for a minifigure, and from what I can tell, Airfix has never made minifigures. I'm guessing they made this so you could try to fit a Lego or another brand figure in the car. And this car's not really meant to be taken apart to put a minifigure in. I guess if you really wanted to, you could, or throughout the building process, you could put one in for display. I brought out here a little minifigure that was included with the Lego Bugatti Chiron to see if it would actually fit. And yes, it is compatible and actually does fit in the seat pretty well, actually. It sticks over a little forward here, but as you can see from how the seat is made, this actually works way nicer than any Lego seat that I've ever seen. This actually looks to have a nicer look and fit than any Lego seat that they've ever put in any of their cars. Also, Lego most of the time does not put any seats in their cars or aren't really scaled right to figures, but just as it kind of was with the Kobe bricks, the fit is pretty tight when you try to put another brand of brick onto the studs. Most of these parts are not rip-offs or anything of any other brand. These are mainly Airfix's exclusive design parts. So you can see here's a major detail like this molded into this part. This is the 16-cylinder motor. These parts do still feel a little bit cheaper than Lego, even maybe a little bit cheaper than Kobe bricks. I thought they'd make these kind of cheap for being made in the UK. Since everything's mainly made in China for cheaper production, I thought if they were going to make something like this in the UK, the plastic would be way cheaper. Here's the Bugatti grille before you put the sticker on it. Everything here is just molded in this silverish plastic. The wheels here are also on a parts tree, just like an actual model kit would be, since Airfix also does a lot of glue together model kits. A lot of the parts here, like the fenders, are actually exclusively shaped to make it look perfect on the outside with no exposed studs and look exactly like how the car looks. And here's the main frame and chassis for this car. On the bottom here, as you can see, it does say Airfix QuickBuild and the name of the car, which is the Bugatti Yeyron. And one more thing I'd show here, since you might not be able to see it once the car's together, is this dash. The dash actually does look just like how a real Bugatti's would. You will need to put the steering wheel decal on here since it's just plain, but definitely lots of nice details here on the dash. And for the parts compatibility here, this is the only brick I could really find here that is a copy or a same brick that Lego makes. This is a 2x6 plate here molded in red. So you can see all the studs are plain. Kobe and Lego both have Lego or Kobe engraved here onto the studs. The only thing here is on the corner, it does have HH for Hornby Hobbies. Now I brought out here this 2x4 Lego brick, and let's go ahead and see how the compatibility is from this brick to plate. So it looks to be pretty compatible, as we could see with the minifigure. It does seem to still be a little bit tighter of a fit, but it does fit pretty well. You wouldn't have to worry about it coming apart. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start the speed build of this, and we will see what it looks like when it's finished. Okay, so here it is, the Airfix Bugatti Veyron fully built. I went ahead and added the final stickers to the outside of the car off camera. All the stickers came out applied very nicely. Their stickers are just like a normal paper sticker, so they probably won't last forever. I could definitely see these peeling off over time. They don't seem like they really stick too strong to the car. Some of the stickers needed to be applied throughout the full build of the car, and then some of the outer stickers had to be applied at the end. Everything seemed to fit together pretty good with this kit. As you can see, it's just normal molded black and red plastic, as well as all the parts are just molded in silver, nothing is chromed. Pretty much all Bugatti Veyrons have all the engine components and the wheels chromed. They always do have the chrome around the grille as well. This kit has nothing painted or anything, so none of the parts were chromed or nothing's painted on the body. That's why everything kind of has the plastic look to it. I definitely do not think this was really worth $20. I know it's expensive to get Bugatti's license, but Hot Wheels even has it and can produce one for $1. All Airfix kits are the same price, no matter what brand it's from. I think maybe $10 would be more reasonable just as kind of a scale model. You get no painted details, painted plastic, or even chromed parts on these, so I definitely do not think they were worth $20. If you do, though, want a nice scale model on something that might be hard to find, like a Bugatti Veyron, or just something quick to build, and maybe you can find these on sale or something cheaper. I know Hobby Lobby has a lot of discounts, so if you could get these for around $10, maybe even $15, I think these are definitely a pretty good deal for what they are. No matter what, you're getting a bigger size and more realistic looking car than what you would get with Lego. The interior for this and the seats are pretty good for a Lego minifigure, but if you do compare a minifigure to the outside of the car, it is too small. But since this car is scaled correctly, if you did want to, you could actually put 2 Lego minifigures in the car. Now that the roof and everything's snapped down, it would be very hard to get this car back apart. Plus, even the fitment from these parts to their own parts do seem to be pretty firm. So let's go ahead and look at some of the details this car has. They did another color of this car as well, which is a black and blue two-tone. In real life, I do like the black and blue two-tone on the Veyron and Chiron better, but since I already had the Lego Speed Champions and Technic Bugatti Chiron in the blue and black, I decided to get the red and black. Either way, any color combination really looks good on a Bugatti Veyron. The Veyron to me is one of the best and one of my favorite hypercars of all time. As you can see, the windows are still a clear dark tint. You can still see the seat, steering wheel, and dash all in the car. It's very hard to see the steering wheel, but you can see it here through the side. This car actually does have separate piece mirrors. It has the little EB there on the gas cap on both sides of the car. So you can see there's the 16-cylinder here in the back of the car. As well as on the back here, you have the EB logo. There's your exhaust tip in the middle. The taillights are stickers, as well as this UK-style Veyron license plate. This car does have rubber tires that slid onto the wheels pretty nicely, as well as it snaps onto the axles, so the car actually does roll pretty nice. In fact, this probably does roll better than the Speed Champion Chiron I'll show here in a minute. It does have a bit of a wheel gap, though, to the car, but at least it does roll pretty nice. All the panel fitment seems to be okay. There's some spots where the panel fitment doesn't line up totally perfect, but for the most part, the fitment isn't that bad. There's the front end here with the separate piece grille insert with the Bugatti grill and logo there, which is also a sticker. The headlights are stickers, as well as these vents down here are also stickers. Even on the back here, there's vents that are stickers on the sides of the license plate. Here, if you look on the bottom, you can see that nice plain chassis. There's the diffuser and everything lined up with the car. And otherwise, that is about it for this Bugatti kit. Definitely a super cool looking kit, fun build. Everything seemed to fit together pretty well, no missing parts. And I definitely am impressed with how it looks. So Airfix, for one of their newest quick build sets that they've came out with not that long ago, is also another Bugatti. Airfix has recently released a Bugatti Chiron, which is also the same scale. This car probably is around 1/24th or 1/25th scale. The Bugatti Chiron they've came out with is so far only in one color, which is a dark blue and white two-tone. I can put a picture up on the screen of what the Airfix Chiron looks like. This Bugatti Veyron here by Airfix has been one of the first models to even be released in the Quick Build series. This kit's probably been out for about 7 or 8 years. Airfix a good while ago, probably in the late 90s or early 2000s, had done a few other glue-together Bugatti model kits. They had done the Bugatti EB110, the Bugatti T50, and even the Bugatti 35B. As I had said, this is my first ever Airfix kit. I have never had any of their airplanes, any of their quick builds, or even glue-together model kits. Most of their kits are hard to find here in the US. They mainly were just sold in the UK, and some of their older ones, like the EB110, are pretty valuable. The only actual model kits I could really find from Hobby Lobby were just some of the airplanes, which I'm not really into. Airfix QuickBuilds were first released in 2013, and they actually won the London Toy Fair for the best new toy of the year. As it said on the box, the Airfix QuickBuilds are entirely designed and made in the UK. Airfix's glue-together model kits were mostly made in India, but in 2016 they switched their factory over to China. They are still designed and probably packaged in the UK, but now the plastic and bricks are made in China. Hornby Hobby has been the newest owners of Airfix, and they have owned Airfix since 2006. Airfix was originally a British company, and it was formed in 1939. Especially in the UK, Airfix is definitely a famous model kit company. That's where a lot of people build or get their model kits from and are pretty well known and good quality. But for now, I think this will be the only quick build car I'll be reviewing anytime soon. I don't think I will end up getting any more of these unless I can get them on a discount. Some of the other quick builds they do are like the Bugatti Chiron, the Volkswagen Bus, the Volkswagen Beetle, McLaren P1, and the Lamborghini Aventador. And before I put this on the turntable, the last thing I wanted to do is compare this to the LEGO Speed Champions Bugatti Chiron. When you compare this 1/25th scale Bugatti Veyron to maybe this 1/30th scale Bugatti Chiron from LEGO, it definitely looks very small, thin, and unproportioned. So you can see the proportions on this car are very bad with all the studs showing, no exclusive made parts, and the details are very poor. This car looks more like a Volkswagen Beetle than it actually does a Bugatti Chiron. I have not gotten really any real LEGO sets in a few years, so you can see this also doesn't even really want to roll that well. Actually, the Airfix rolls a little bit smoother. LEGO sets have definitely gotten to be too expensive. I have not gotten any of even the new double minifigure Speed Champions cars. For that price, I would rather get a Kobe set or even something like this Airfix model, which is more realistic. I think for the most part now I will be sticking to getting other brands instead of Legos. This also just has stickers all over it, even like the Airfix. The taillight is just a rubber band, and the motor detail is very poor. So you can see the interior also has zero detail and just can only fit one minifigure. You could really fit two figures, even that were a bigger size, into this Veyron. So now let's go ahead and put this on the turntable, and I think that'll be about it for this video. Okay, well that is about all for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please comment, like, and subscribe. If you haven't already, please check out my other most recent video on the Hot Wheels RLC 64 Impala. This was definitely a super cool kit, lots of nice detail, fit together pretty well, and seems to be somewhat well made. I've been wanting to get a scale model of a Bugatti Veyron for a long time. They're very hard to find and very expensive, so this was my best option. If you are interested for a nice, realistic-looking LEGO-style model, I would definitely recommend these. As I said, these are a little high, but with getting realistic licensed parts and being made in the UK, I think makes it a little more worth it. If you're not already, please follow my Instagram. It is itsjdmdrifter. I can put it in the description as well. I will still be doing weekly videos for the next couple weeks, so definitely be looking out for that. And again, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.